Guys, I just saw something here and I started looking into it, and I wanted to do a video and talk to you guys about this because if this happens and they're saying that it's going to 100% happen, this would be the first time that this has been done anywhere in the world. And that is New Zealand is going to ban smoking. I want to talk to you about this, how they're going to implement it, and I want to give you my personal opinions on this. My personal opinions, they may surprise you, but I will explain all that near the end of the video here. So what New Zealand is going to do is within the next year, they are going to outlaw anybody that's 14 and under from ever buying cigarettes. If you're 14 and under, you are banned for life from buying cigarettes. You'll never be able to do it. Also, there will be a criminal penalty if anybody is ever caught giving cigarettes to somebody that's not of age. So what's going to happen is every year the age to be able to buy cigarettes will change. So there will come a time when anybody under 30 can't buy them. Anybody under 35 can't buy them. Anybody under 40 can't buy cigarettes. And they're trying to stop it that way. There's some other things they're doing. They are like putting price increases on tobacco products to where it's making it unaffordable. And they are limiting where tobacco can be sold. So they're cutting out most of the retailers and only leaving very few retailers that can sell cigarettes. And then they also have a mandate that will only allow so much nicotine in the cigarettes to really reduce the amount of nicotine that you can get in a cigarette when you smoke it, which is what makes you addicted to it, the nicotine. So, like I said, this will be the first time in the world that this has ever happened anywhere. So what they're going to do is say, anybody 14 and under, you are banned for life. If you are caught with it, there's a penalty. Whoever gave it to you has a penalty, or sold it to you has a penalty. Plus all the price increases on the tobacco products and everything like that that's going to happen. And that's what they want to do to stop people from smoking in that country. Now, let me give you my opinions on this, and I'm going to tell you why. I don't like this idea. And let me preface that by saying, I haven't smoked in 18 years, and I never plan on smoking again. Even if they were free, I wouldn't smoke. Don't believe in it. I don't do it. I don't think anybody in my family even smokes. So the reason that I say this, though, is because keep in mind that the same government that gets big enough to start stripping what you can do will strip other rights from you as well, like firearms, and then knives, and who knows, maybe even one day flashlights. They might, that has a knife on it, so maybe they'll want to ban that. You always have to remember, and I tell people this with freedom of speech, it runs both ways. If somebody says something you don't like, or they say something offensive, just remember, if that speech can be restricted, your speech for something you like could also be restricted as well at some point. You have to take the good with the bad. I am not at all for big government. I am for small, limited government, the way this country was founded. If you want to smoke a cigarette, you should be able to go smoke cigarettes. I'm not going to sit here because I don't believe in it and dictate to you what you can do. That would never be right for me to do. I could maybe try to compel you and say, this and that, is the reason why, and you shouldn't smoke, and there's this reason and that reason, and plus the price of them. But I have no right to stop you from doing what you want to do. And anytime a government starts taking people's rights or mandating that people do things, I feel that government already has way too much power and needs to be put into check. I don't want anything to do with cigarettes. But if I stop you from smoking and I want you to be mandated to quit smoking, what if one day the government comes at something I want and they want to stop that? Just remember, that is the road that this could lead to. And I just don't think it's right. I don't think it's right that they can put extra money on that either to try to make it unaffordable. That's literally what their article says, is that they're trying to make it unaffordable to people. So they want to price it out, because what if, because they know they can't ban guns, what if they said we're going to put some kind of a tax on AR-15s and Glocks that is a $150 upcharge for some kind of a governmental plan? You can go buy your Glock, but there's going to be an extra $150 charge on top of that. What if they tried to do that to us gun guys? It just wouldn't be right. So that's it, guys. We'll see how this plays out. That is New Zealand. They're saying they have enough people to vote this in and get this passed, and they're saying they're going through with it. It's not written in stone yet, but they are saying that this is going to go through. They are like that bent on this, that they are going to push this through. So the reason I wanted to make this video, and I know some people are probably thinking, why is this guy talking about smoking? He doesn't smoke. What's going on here? The reason I talk about things like this is that smoking had such a hold and such a grasp on me that it's still something I refer to and reference and tell stories about in my videos to this day. Smoking was an overpowering force in my life when I was addicted to them. It was something that almost used to give me anxiety when I was real young, because I literally felt like that they were in control of me. I felt like there's no way, even if I want to, I was like, I'll never be able to quit this. I used to think that. It's been 18 years now. But I used to think that I used to think there's no way I'll ever be able to quit this. And I would try to block that out of my mind as I'm smoking. I used to just, so it's a part of my life that I will always talk about and always have stories to tell people about. And that's the extent of the smoking thing that will be for me. There's only one thing I ever wanted to try, and I'm sure it's never going to happen. But there is a Cuban cigar that only their dignitaries could smoke. If you don't know about Cuban cigars, Cuba grows the best tobacco in the world, I'm told, and I've read. That's why their cigars are so good. And now there is tobacco from there can be sold here in cigars. Well, there's a cigar that only their dignitaries used to be able to smoke that is now sold to the public. And this is supposed to be one of the highest end, best cigars that there is out now. I used to just always wonder what one of those would taste like, but I'll guarantee you right now that I would turn green and throw up. But I would just, if somebody lit one, I would just like to see what it smelled like, when it's burning. But I always had a curiosity about that cigar that only their high-end people in their government and the richest people could have over there, and they wouldn't even sell it to anybody else. But like I said, I have no dog in the fight as far as smoking goes, but I don't like it when the government gets too big, and we're living under a government that is inflated like the floats you see on the Thanksgiving Day parade on TV. We're living under a government that's inflated like that compared to us. And they want to do more and take more. They want to reach more, and they already overreach. They want to mandate more. They want to control more. They want to act like they're the ones that control us, when in reality, it's supposed to be the people control the government. We're supposed to be the one that keeps the government at bay, not the other way around. The Constitution was to protect us from an overreaching, overbearing government. The Constitution was not written for the government to keep us in check with mandates. The Constitution was written for us to keep a tyrannical, overreaching government in check, which is exactly the road we're heading down. So that's all I got to say, guys. Got another couple videos coming for you soon. Until next time. This is DOF, and I'm out.